Welcome back to the Danger Room. I'm Adam.
I'm Eric.
And we're here today to talk Animorphs.
This was, I love it. This is actually a really good show. This is the first time that I feel like as a kid, this is like our very first like drama style that you were kind of like, everything kind of was in place that you wanted to watch it. Like you really wanted to watch the next week's episode.
And today we are brought to you by Alchemist Cove, the best comic shop on planet Earth. They will meet all your needs for comics, games, game accessories, anything you need.
That not only that, they have some figurines, some action figures here.
Get there or be square. Anyway, Animorphs episode 1. We open up on a really cute guy with awesome 90s spiked up in the front hair.
Yeah.
He's narrating, "My name is Jake. Ooh. Half an hour ago, I was just a regular kid. Not anymore."
When he said that, this was to me the Call Me Ishmael of shows. Like, what? I'm invested.
It's amazing how quickly your whole life can change. We're then struck by some odd alien visions.
Yeah.
We then see an awesome space shooter video game. There's an explosion and a female robot voice says, "Congratulations, Galactic Warrior. You are now in the Overlord atmosphere with 230,000 points. Please enter your name."
So real quick, really quick. When I seen this part of the show, the game that they're playing is the Beast Wars video game.
Optimus, maximize.
Which I owned, and I knew.
I didn't know it was that. I played that game and loved it.
Yes. When I seen it, I was like, oh my God, I know what level they're on. These kids suck. That's all you got.
It zooms out to show that Jake is playing. He moves over to let Marco play. We cut away to show Tobias and his friends, and Tobias has scored 3,666,000 points. Then back to Marco, who's struggling. Then back to Tobias, who's destroyed and loses. Tobias's friends ask, "Can we see what's next?" Tobias tells them later. He walks out. He's so cool with his leather jacket.
So this kid is like, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it, and I know I hate to preach back to our old episodes. This kid is the Tommy of the group. I don't care what anybody says. You're like, oh man.
He accidentally bumps into two girls entering. Oh my God, Tommy bumps in. Remember?
Yeah. Right?
Anyway, their names are Cassie and Rachel. They say, "Excuse me," and proceed to Jake and Marco. Jake asks where they were, and Marco says, "One word." Rachel says, "Excuse me, but I'm captain of the gymnastics team. We had a meet." Rachel asks, "What have you been doing?" Galactic Warrior Marco shushes them. The screen starts to glitch and gets fuzzy and freezes. Jake's dog Homer runs off, and Jake chases him out. His friends follow him. The sky gets dark, which is clearly actual darkness and not just a dark filter over daylight.
Yeah.
As they chase after Homer, Jake quips, "Looks like those obedience classes are really paying off, huh?"
I hope you're not paying a lot of money. That dog didn't even stop to listen to you. That thing just ran.
Rachel asks, "What's up with him anyways?" Jake says, "I don't know, but we got to get them back." They continue to chase Homer. We see Tobias just slowly walking down the sidewalk. He's so mysterious and cool.
Dude, there was, even as I was watching this episode, I'm like, something's going on with him. Like, geez, he's weird.
Jake yells out, "Homer, where are you going?" The girls yell, "Homer!" Tobias, sneaking through an open chain link fence. It's the same fence we see Homer dig under.
Yeah.
It leads to some sort of industrial facility. Why are they going in there?
I don't know. This seems unsafe.
Jake and his friends find a way in. Cassie says, "Guys, it's getting late," but no one listens and they proceed. Rachel says, "We've looked everywhere. He's not here." Jake says, "We've got to find him." And they split up looking for Homer, all walking around and yelling his name, asking each other if they've seen him. Rachel finds him and calls out, "Hey, he's over here!" They find Homer just standing in an open area next to Tobias. Just standing there. acting all weird.
This is a creeper.
Rachel asks if he's new around here. He just points and says, "Look." Everyone looks up to see a UFO flying in. The kids and the dogs all run to where it seems to be landing. Oops, never mind. It's not landing. It's crashing.
It crashed hard.
Jake goes to see what happened, and Marco stops him. Cassie asks, "What if he's hurt?" And Rachel says, "I'm in." They all go over to see what happened. What do they mean, what if he's hurt? What are they talking about?
They don't even know what's... So, that's a kind of a giant assumption that you say, well, what if he's hurt? What if it's a she?
They get closer to the ship, and the door opens up. The camera zooms in on Jake's gorgeous blue eyes.
Yeah.
We see everyone looking at it. It then zooms in on the dog's face. Why is it taking so long? This scene is so long.
Even sitting there watching it, I was like, what is it?
We see someone appearing in the doorway. It's a horse. No, it's actually a half horse, half man. It's the centaur. No, wait. It's half horse, half alien.
So, it's... To fully understand what it actually is, it's half horse, half man, with the tail of a scorpion.
All right.
Right?
Okay.
And I don't even think it's like a horse. I feel like it's a buck. Like...
And to say it's half horse, half alien, I guess it's technically all alien, but it has a horse bottom. I know that for sure.
Yeah. It's a weird thing.
Hot, sexy horse alien.
And the way that he comes, like, stepping, like, the horse thing stepping down, I'm like, damn, this is an entrance.
The kids hide behind some barrels while the alien slowly walks down the ramp for what seems like 25 minutes.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that long of a ramp.
Rachel stands up to help, and Marco stops her, saying, "No, wait." She says, "It's hurt."
How do you know?
Yeah, now it's an it. All of a sudden, Marco says, "What if it's radioactive or something?" And Rachel says, "Oh, please." What do you mean, oh, please? You've never seen an alien super sexy half horse before. You have no idea it actually could be radioactive.
Yeah. The way that she said that made me kind of like, no. He has a point. Wait a minute.
Cassie follows her. And then Jake stands up and tells the dog to stay. Marco says, "Oh, sure, the dog gets to stay."
Can I just say something real quick, too? When Jake told the dog to stay, what made you think it was going to listen to you? Because for 25 minutes beforehand, you were calling it, telling it to stop, and it didn't.
But Marco saying, "Oh, sure, the dog gets to stay," you can stay, too. Nobody told you to go. In fact, you probably should stay.
Yeah, I think if anybody's going to rat, it was going to be him.
The sexy horse alien falls to the ground, and the kids walk over to it. Rachel says, "Maybe we should try talking to it." Marco says, "Yeah, let me get out my alien to English dictionary." And I know they're trying to make him seem like a dick, but he's the only one that's been making sense this whole
Honestly,
time.
yeah. Like, I kind of like it. Up until this point, I kind of like Marco because I feel like, yes, he's the comedic relief, but as you said, he's got a point. Like,
yeah, there's no shot it speaks English.
There's absolutely...
Anyway, it starts speaking English.
Wait, what?
Wait, was I wrong? He tells them, "Do not be afraid. I mean you no harm." Jake asks, "Where'd that come from?" "Oh, he's speaking inside their mind, I guess."
Yeah.
They all agree that they hear it. The sexy horse alien says, "I'm speaking to you in your thoughts."
Speaking to you in thoughts.
I don't understand the moan. If he's speaking to them in their minds, why is he moaning?
And not only that, it's kind of weird because I don't even think they really explain how he got hurt. Because I can tell you right now, when he first walked down that ramp, he seemed fine.
It just doesn't make sense that he needs to moan to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's his mind. He's thinking. He's back to the point. Rachel says, "You're hurt. We can help you." The alien tells them, "I'm El Thangor of the Andalite world. I've cut."
I am El Thangor of the Andalite world. I've come
Stoning's getting weird now, right?
It's a little. It's a little off. Like,
And I'll play it a little because I'm not making this up, by the way.
Because I feel like Marco would be the one that's like, dude, we get it, you're hurt. You don't.
Cassie asks Jake to give her his shirt that he's wounded. Elfangor says, "There's nothing you can do for me." And continues to moan. Rachel says, "It's okay." Elfangor says that his wound is fatal and he will die. But there will be others. Jake asks,
What
others?
happened?
Elfangor says, "Unlike me, they've come here to destroy you. There's no time for fear. You must help your world. But you must protect yourselves from the Yerks."
Now, here as a viewer, right? As a viewer, watching this, thinking to myself, wow, the guys who wrote this have come up with a really cool looking alien.
Yeah.
They've come up with a really cool looking, title and all that stuff, and everything is seeming going good. And I'm like, wow, this is awesome. And then he says, they're called the Yerks. I went, what? What?
Yeah, the Yerks.
They're Yerks.
Jake asks, "The Yerks?" Elfangor repeats, "The Yerks."
It becomes a weird thing.
Man.
Do you think when he said that, when he did that, Marco went like this?
He tells them, "The Yerks are parasites. They must have a host to live on Earth. Their hosts are humans. They enter your brain and take over your thoughts and feelings. These hosts are called controllers. They can be anyone. Your family, your friends. Earth is the next target." The whole time he's speaking, we're getting psychic vision of the parasites and the process that they use, and the moans.
Yeah, and the greatest part about it is, like, that's some claymation style.
Marco says, "Hold on a second. You're telling me more slimy alien slugs that can crawl into our brains and take over our minds are coming?" Rachel says, "To control us?" Yeah, that's exactly what was just said.
Didn't you hear it through the moaning? That's verbatim what he just said.
Rachel's already pissing me off.
I don't like Rachel at all.
Elfangor tells them, "There's no time for questions.
Stop.
I must do what I can for you. I have no choice. I can give you a way to fight the Yerks. Each of you must touch one side of the cube." I already know he's gonna do moans as soon as they touch it. I already know he's gonna. Marco says,
Each of you must touch one side of the cube.
I'm not touching that.
Also, let's be thankful for him bringing a cube and luckily only having 4 people there.
and Marco doesn't want to touch it. And here's what makes it a little more weird: is Elfangor tells them that if they don't, everything they love will be destroyed.
If you don't, then everything you love will be destroyed.
That
Just
seems.
touch it.
Seems now it's. Wait a minute. I'm dying. Touch it.
Everything you love will be destroyed. Your brothers, your sisters, your parents. Jake says, "Rachel, I don't know." Rachel tells him, "You heard him. We have no choice." And Marco says, "This is insane." And then they all touch it.
Yeah.
The cube turns red. Elfangor starts moaning again.
There it
I
is.
knew it.
There it is.
Elfangor tells Tobias, "This gift is for you too." Tobias asks, "How do you know my name?" Elfangor says, "Harry." I know he's about to not.
This is awkward.
The kids touch the cube for what seems like way too long an amount of time. As Homer barks at them in the background, they all look around and Jake says, something's wrong. They remove their hands. Elfangor says, it's done.
Aww.
The power of change is in your flesh.
So now, if I'm there,
Yeah.
right, and so let's say I touch the cube
Yeah.
now, right, and going into this touching of the cube, you've told me I'm going to give you a power
Yeah, to fight back.
to fight back.
Yeah.
What's the power? The power of change.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like it's going to be helpful at all going into this war that you've brought to us.
But what he tells him is the power of change is in your flesh.
Change is in your flesh.
Which is a weird way to put it. I don't like Elfangor.
Yeah.
Jake asks, what do you mean? Elfangor says, you only need to touch a creature to acquire its DNA
Yeah.
and change your form. Cassie asks, change our form? You mean we can change into animals?
That's a jump, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. Why would you just assume?
Yeah. Why can't I change into, like, a pistol if there's something coming out for me that's going to destroy my family?
Elfangor says, exactly, you can become any animal you touch and acquire. But remember, when you change, you must return to your form within 2 hours. Marco asks, why, what will happen after 2 hours? Elfangor tells him, you'll be trapped in that animal form forever.
So again, I'm going to say this. When's the power going to come that's going to help us fight in this war you've presented to us?
Everything starts shaking.
So, and like, real quick,
Yeah.
but like, you know, if you're going to tell me, like, hey, your family's in deep trouble, like, it's going to destroy everything you love.
Yeah, your brothers, your sisters.
Your brothers, your sisters, your family. But don't worry, turn into a horse and you'll be fine. Like, what? What?
Everything starts shaking. The Yerk ship is landing.
Oh.
The kids are wondering what's happening. Elfangor tells them Visitor 3 is here.
Yeah.
Marco asks, what's a Visitor 3? Elfangor tells them, you must go. Go, your lives are more important than mine now. Go. Go.
It's kind of dark.
He was already kind of running, and now he has to come back.
Yeah.
He tosses an item to him and yells. He tosses an item to Tobias, right?
Yeah.
He yells for Tobias to come back, Elfangor. And I guess he doesn't yell, but he yells for somebody.
Yeah.
He's like, Tobias, real quick. Here. And he tosses him something. He says, this is yours to protect.
So.
Yeah, anyway, he has to guard it with his life.
That's a pretty steep price.
Tobias catches it, and he's so fucking cool. I love his leather jacket.
Yeah.
Out of the other ship, another sexy horse alien descends a ramp. Jake says, it's another one. Cassie says, I know, but this one's different.
Yeah.
This one has more hair on its back. I know, right? He's gross. Marco says, I'm guessing that one's Visser 3.
Wow, good guess.
Yeah, he just told you it was Visser 3.
Solid guess, Marco.
Anyway, Visser 3 walks over to Elfangor and says, Prince well, he has a different voice. Prince Elfangor.
Nah, I like the other one better.
Prince Elfangor.
There we go.
What an honor to be in the presence of a legend.
Yeah.
He did a laugh, I don't know.
Something like it.
He says you managed to trick quite a few of our fighters. So he says, I've taken one of your Andalite bodies as my host.
Yeah.
Your Andalite morphing technology has been so very useful.
It's not useful.
And then he laughs. Elfangor says, no matter how many bodies you steal, you will never win this war.
Can I just quick... So, for as much as he's been moaning, grimacing, and all that stuff...
Yeah.
You must be a pretty tough dude, because that sounds like it's a pretty horrible wound that you're suffering. But you're still talking.
Elfangor tells him, "We will fight."
Mm-hmm.
Visser 3 says, "You and your Andalite armies are fighting on too many fronts. Your forces are spread too thin. This world will soon be ours." Elfangor asks, "Why Earth? Why these people?" Visser 3 tells him, "Because there are so many, and they are so weak."
Hey, where the hell did that come from?
Our army will be 1 billion strong, and I promise you one thing, Elfangor. I will return to your world and personally oversee the infestation of your entire family.
Yeah.
I hope that you can hear their minds scream."
Oh my god.
He then transforms into a ferocious creature that we only get to see the shadow of.
But you know it's messed. Whatever it is messed up.
The kids stare on in horror.
So before you go on,
Yeah.
real quick, I'm not going to spoil it. You read it.
Okay.
But holy shit, this turned dark quick.
Elfangor tells him, "You can take me, but there will be others." Visser 3 then eats Elfangor.
He ate him. He ate him.
Rachel yells, "No!" Already infected humans show up and start looking for the kids. The kids run off, and I thought they just got there. So they spread quickly.
Yeah.
Cassie gets tripped up by some wires. Rachel and Tobias run back for her, and Jake stands looking at the monster. Marco asks him, "What's that?" as though he would have a clue. Jake says, "Do you want to find out?" And Marco says, "No, thanks." Marco is the only normal one.
So far, Marco is the most logical person.
Then they run over and help Cassie up. Jake distracts Visser 3. The others pull Cassie free. Jake begins to run in the opposite direction. The others escape while Jake is being chased. The monster scratches Jake's back as he runs, but doesn't seem to even pierce his shirt.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not all that scary.
Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe.
Jake climbs into a storm drain. There's no way out. He says, "Great!" That's what I wrote, but he actually said, "Great!"
Yeah, yeah. I do remember that part now.
Someone else says, "Great!" Anyway, sometimes something approaches the entrance to the storm drain.
What is it?
I bet it's something super scary.
Oh my god.
Look, there it is! Forbidden! Let's go back! No! Let's get the jewels! Forbidden!
The game's Forbidden Bridge. Dare to cross Forbidden Bridge. But if the angry idol shakes it, you can fall to your doom. First to grab the idol's jewels and get to safety wins. But beware, Forbidden Bridge is forbidden. Forbidden.
I win!
Forbidden Bridge. It's forbidden.
Hi, I'm Adam,
Hi, I'm Eric.
and we're here to talk to you about Dubby Energy.
Adam, do you often feel tired watching your favorite cartoon, playing your favorite video game, or even watching your favorite 90s movies?
You know I do.
Oh, well, Dubby.
It tastes great, you'll feel great, and it'll get you laid. Anyway, with our code DangerRoom10, you'll get 10% off of your purchase on the website dubby.com.
What?
That's capital D, capital R, Danger Room 10.
Bye.
Oh, never mind. It's just Homer.
Oh, there he is.
Wait, can't the monster shapeshift? What if it's not Homer?
Oh
Anyway.
my god.
Jake doesn't even think twice about it. He just starts petting him. Hey, Homer. Well, the monster just walked by, so I guess it actually is Homer. Another guy stands outside and lifts one leg to scratch the other. I bet this has some type of significance later.
I don't know. We'll have to see, but that was kind of weird that he did that.
Jake, petting his dog, absorbs the DNA. He closes his eyes and focuses. He transforms into Homer.
Yeah.
This dog has got to be scarred for life.
His poor dog is going into this. He's probably like, "Ah, God, I gotta go piss really bad."
And honestly, the CGI isn't that bad for a 90s show.
I was actually impressed by it.
They see footprints leading into the storm drain. Jake grabs one of the guy's flashlights and runs off with Homer. Visser 3 asks, What was that? Mm-hmm. And one of the guys says, just a couple of dogs. Visser 3 tells them, get after them, it could be Andalites. But to no avail, Jake and Homer escape. The next morning, Marco, Rachel, and Cassie are sitting at a table. And Tobias walks in.
God, he's so cool. Such a badass.
Marco says, funniest thing happened to me last night. Some blue dude put me and 4 other idiots in charge of saving the world. Rachel says, quiet. You want people to hear you? And Cassie gives him a mean look.
Yeah.
Cassie says, I bet that thing got him. Then Jake appears and slams his lunch tray down on the table. So first of all, he's been in school this whole time, right?
Yeah.
How did they not know? Mm-hmm. And second of all, why did he slam his tray like a dickhead?
Well,
why was he trying to scare everybody?
I feel like this is his move to, like, okay, I'm the leader now. It was my dog that found all this stuff, so I'm the leader of this little crew now. Jake
motions them in and whispers to them, I did it. It works. I became Homer last night. That's how I got away. Marco says, no way. Jake looks at him with a serious look, letting him know.
Oh, he did?
Yes, way.
Oh, I did. No, I did.
He tells him it was so bizarre. He was trapped. He had no other choice. And he remembered what the alien said other than the moaning parts. And he put his hand on Homer, and he concentrated, and all of a sudden he mutated. He could hear his bones crunching. He watched his arms become paws. He became his dog. Rachel asks, you're Homer? Jake says, no, a copy of Homer. Marco asks, did it hurt? Jake says, no, not really. It's hard to explain. At first I didn't know I was. I could hear everything and the smells. All his friends are looking at him. And he says, so you don't believe me?
No.
Marco says, no, I do. Cassie shakes her head that she does. Marco says, it's just weird. You know.
But not only that, like, listening to his description of how it went down, I don't think I'd be all for it either, because he's like, yeah, I was sitting there and then my bones started creaking. I don't know if that sounds cool.
Marco says, it's just weird. Rachel says, way beyond weird.
Thank you,
Jake
Rachel.
says, I swear it's true. I keep on thinking I'll wake up and this was all a dream, but it's not. What we saw last night was real. It happened. They all agree that it did, and Jake says, it happened.
Okay.
Marco asks, so now, what do? We save the world?
See, now, here's my problem.
Again, Marco's the,
like, Marco, when he's like, oh, so what do? Save the world? That was a giant leap.
Then he asks him, can we eat first?
That's fair.
Cassie says, what do we do? Rachel asks, where do we start? Marco says, what about the blue dude?
He's dead.
The nice one, Tobias reminds them, Elfangor. Jake says, he tried to give you something. Rachel asks him, what was it? And Tobias says, I don't know, some kind of disc or something. It's got to be important. He said to guard it with my heart and my soul. Rachel reminds him, he knew your name. How come? Tobias says, like I know, he's probably telepathic or something.
Which he was, because they
fucking in your mind.
He was
Remember
talking to us, yeah.
I think there's more to Tobias than we know.
Can you imagine if, like, if they were listening to him talking to his mind, and Tobias is like, yeah, I mean, I didn't understand what he was saying through all the moaning, and one of them went, I didn't hear it.
Moaning?
He was talking like we were having a normal conversation.
Cassie says, that disc has got to be able to help us somehow. And Jake says, they got to get it back. Marco says, are you kidding me? Jake shushes them. Marco tells them they practically got us on the FBI's most wanted list. Did you hear in the news? Jake says, yeah, they're looking for kids who set off fireworks. Rachel says, yeah, that's a laugh. Cassie says, well, that's a lie. They probably have yerks in their heads. Marco says, that means the yerks can be anyone.
Yeah.
Then some bullies bang on their table for no reason and just laugh and walk away just for a jump scare.
I bet that was a yerk.
Rachel says, if they saw our faces, they would have caught us by now. Jake says, yeah, but we can't talk here. Anyone could be one of them.
Yeah.
Cassie reminds them, a controller. The camera looks up to multiple students all around them. Somebody drinking his drink way too intensely. Some girl brushing her makeup palette. For some reason, another girl talking to the principal, looking at students. The principal asks, "Is anyone going to rein in this chaos, or do I have to do everything myself?" One of the teachers stands up nervously and says, "I'm sorry, Mr. Chapman." The principal says, "Incompetence." Then he lifts one of his legs to scratch the other. Just like the guy outside the storm drain. Jake's on to him. Also, called it earlier. Remember when I said?
Yeah, something's going on with that.
Jake calls them in again and whispers, "Guys, come here. From now on, we just talk to each other. We don't trust anyone else." Principal Chapman's a controller. Jake begins narrating again. The 5 of us versus an army of alien slugs. And anyone can be one of them. The end.
Going into this, like, that's some terrible odds. You're 5 high school kids going up against an army of you don't know who.
I gotta admit, I loved this.
I was a huge fan of this. Yeah. I even, like, when I was a kid, I remember when we used to do the book drives, those going into the library and stuff like that. I remember I would go right to the Animorphs section.
Yeah.
And I don't ever remember what happened to my books, but this was, like, being our age now, I would sit down and actually watch this
show.
Yeah.
So please, if you want us to do more of this one, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, and let us know if you guys... Did you guys ever read this book? Did you guys ever... Do you remember the show? You know, let us know. And don't forget, like and subscribe.
And we'll see you next time on The Danger Room.
Bye-bye.